Gemini, this younger person wants you more than you know, and a love proposal is literally on the horizon. But here is the twist they haven't told you. They've been hiding the true depth of their obsession because they were terrified the age gap or past baggage would make you reject them. Have you been feeling a sudden, heavy shift in their energy? Why do they keep popping into your mind right before you sleep, almost like they are calling your spirit? Trust your intuition on this because the universe is forcing their hand. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments. And hit subscribe if you're ready for this proposal to manifest. This reading already feels incredibly intense, and something has been building quietly behind the scenes. Let's dive in. Gemini, I need you to take a deep breath right now, because the energy surrounding you in this exact moment is incredibly heavy, magnetic, and almost suffocating in its intensity. What I'm picking up on is a massive surge of unspoken devotion coming from this younger person in your life. You know exactly who this is. The one who might act a little aloof on the surface, or the one who sometimes seems like they are trying to play it cool, but behind the scenes, their entire energetic field is wrapped around yours. This is not casual connection. This is not a fleeting crush. This person is completely, utterly consumed by you, and they have been fighting a silent, internal battle just to keep their feelings hidden from you. Here's the thing about this younger soul, on the outside. They might project this image of being independent, maybe even a little detached or emotionally unavailable at times. They might give you these mixed signals where one day they are all over you, and the next day they pull back into their shell. But that is a complete illusion. The emotional turn here is that their detachment is actually a defense mechanism. Underneath that cool exterior, they are drowning in their feelings for you. They are overthinking every single text message, analyzing every look you give them, and replaying your conversations in their head at 3 a.m. They are so deeply fixated on you that it's actually disrupting their daily life. They can't focus on their work. They can't focus on their hobbies, because your energy is just taking up all the space in their mind. And this brings us to the core of their internal conflict, which is the age or maturity dynamic between you two. For some of you, this person is literally younger than you, but for others, it's just an energy where they feel like they are in a different stage of life. Here is where the tension really spikes. They look at you, and they see someone who is so established, so radiant, and so deeply grounded in their own power. You are a Gemini, you have this brilliant, communicative, airy energy that just lights up a room, and this person feels like they are standing in your orbit. They are terrified that they aren't enough for you yet. They feel this immense pressure to prove their worth, to show you that even though they are younger or less experienced, their love for you is mature, serious, and unwavering. But the universe doesn't care about their insecurities, and neither does your soul connection. What I'm seeing is that this younger person is experiencing a massive spiritual awakening regarding this connection. They are having telepathic downloads about you. Have you been waking up suddenly in the middle of the night, feeling like someone is staring at you or thinking about you intensely? Have you been seeing synchronicities like 1111, 222, or repeatedly hearing songs that remind you of them? That is not a coincidence. That is them. Their subconscious mind is reaching out to your subconscious mind. They are trying to figure out how to approach you, how to bridge the gap between where they are and where you are, because they are realizing that this isn't just a physical attraction. It's a soul tie. This realization is what is causing them so much emotional turbulence. It's one thing to have a crush. It's an entirely different thing to realize that your soul has recognized its counterpart. When they had this download, when they suddenly realized, oh my God, I am actually in love with this person. I want to build a life with them. It scared them to death because a love proposal, lifelong commitment, is the ultimate vulnerability. They are looking at you and thinking, how do I ask a Gemini, someone who values their freedom and their intellect so much, to tie their energy to me forever? They are terrified of messing it up. They are terrified that if they confess the true depth of their obsession, you might pull away. So, they hold it inches. They bite their tongue, they act casual, but the energy is boiling over, and the universe is no longer letting them hide. The proposal energy is brewing, and it's only a matter of time before the dam breaks. Gemini, let's talk about exactly what this person awakened in you, and more importantly, what you awakened in them. Because here is the thing, you didn't just walk into their life and casually occupy their thoughts. You shattered their entire paradigm. When they first met you, they thought they had you figured out. They thought they could keep things light, keep things casual, keep their heart protected behind a wall of emotional immaturity, or just the simple excuse of we're just vibing. But your energy this brilliant, quick-witted, deeply intuitive Gemini energy saw right through their illusions. You challenged them. You didn't just ask them who they were, your very presence demanded that they become who they are meant to be. And that is terrifying for someone who is used to hiding. What I'm picking up on is that you became a mirror for them. Every time they look at you, they see their own unhealed wounds, their own unfulfilled potential, and their own deep, desperate craving for a love that is actually real. It's not just that they like you, they are completely addicted to the version of themselves they become when they are in your presence. You make them feel alive, and that is a drug they simply cannot quit. So why can't they just let go? Why do they hold on so tightly, yet push you away just enough to keep you at arm's length? The question is, what is this inner conflict really about? For some of you, this younger person is carrying a massive amount of karmic baggage from past relationships. They've been burned before. They've been made to feel inadequate, foolish, or not good enough by people in their past. When they look at you, their ego screams, "You are going to mess this up. You are going to ruin this beautiful thing because you aren't experienced enough, mature enough, or ready enough." They project their own insecurities onto you. They think that by holding back, they are protecting you from their own perceived flaws. But here is the psychological truth that they are finally starting to realize. Their avoidance isn't protecting you. It's actually a trauma response. They are so deeply afraid of failing you that they are accidentally sabotaging the very connection their soul is begging them to nurture. They are punishing themselves for not meeting you sooner, in a past life or in this one, when they felt more ready. And then there is the jealousy. Oh, Gemini, the jealousy in this person's energy is palpable. They know how magnetic you are. They know that when you walk into a room, heads turn. They see the way people look at you, the way others try to get your attention, and it drives them absolutely insane. They try to play it cool, they try to act like they don't care who you're talking to. But underneath, they are keeping a mental tally of every person who gets too close to you. They are terrified that someone else is going to see your value before they finally find the courage to claim it. They are watching you glow up, watching you level up, and the clock is ticking in their head. This jealousy has shifted from a passive, simmering annoyance into a full-blown chest-tightening panic. They are realizing that if they don't step up and make their intentions known, they are going to lose you to someone who isn't afraid to say what they want. The fear of losing you is finally outweighing the fear of rejection. This brings us to the ultimate battle happening inside them right now, the war between their ego and their soul. Their ego wants to maintain the status quo. The ego wants to keep things ambiguous so that if things go wrong, they can just walk away and say, "Well, we were never really serious anyway." The ego is all about pride, control, and self-preservation. But their soul is screaming. Their soul is looking at this younger person and saying, "If you let this Gemini walk away, you will regret it for the rest of your life." The soul knows that this is a twin flame energy, karmic milestone, once-in-a-lifetime connection. And the soul is tired of waiting. The ego is losing its grip. The pride is crumbling. The walls they built to protect themselves are coming down brick by brick because the love they feel for you is simply too massive to be contained by their small, fearful ego. They are reaching a breaking point where they can no longer pretend this is just a casual fling. They are preparing to surrender, to confess, and to finally offer you the commitment you deserve. Gemini, let's talk about the exact moment the shift happened. Because this person didn't just wake up one day and decide to propose out of nowhere. Something specific broke their illusion. What changed? You changed. Or rather, your energy shifted in a way they completely did not anticipate. For a long time, this younger person felt like they had the upper hand in this dynamic. They thought they could dictate the pace of this connection, keeping you in this ambiguous space where they could have your brilliant attention without having to give you their full, unguarded commitment. They thought they could keep one foot out the door just in case things got too heavy. But recently, you did something that completely short-circuited their ego. You pulled back. You didn't chase. You didn't double text. You didn't beg for their attention when they gave you those frustrating mixed signals. You just matched their energy, or better yet, you elevated yours and focused entirely on your own beautiful life. And that silence, that beautiful, grounded, unbothered Gemini silence, it absolutely terrified them. Here's the thing, when you pulled back, the illusion of control shattered. They suddenly realized that their little games, their emotional unavailability, their playing it cool tactics were actually working against them. They expected you to chase to prove your interest, to validate their ego because they are so used to people doing that for them. But when you didn't, the panic set inches. This is the first major emotional turn. Your silence didn't make them feel free, it made them feel entirely untethered. They realized that by trying to protect themselves from getting hurt, they were actually guaranteeing their own heartbreak. The distance you created forced them to sit in the quiet, and in that quiet, the truth became deafening. They missed you, not just your physical presence, but your mind, your energy, the way your dual nature keeps them constantly intrigued and guessing. But it wasn't just the distance that changed them, it was the spiritual intervention. The universe literally stepped in because this connection is divinely timed, and the cosmos was tired of watching them stall. What I'm picking up on is that during this period of silence or distance, this person started seeing undeniable, aggressive signs. Angel numbers, specifically 1111, 222, or maybe even 77, started showing up everywhere for them. They'd look at the clock, check their phone, look at a license plate, and the numbers were there. They tried to ignore it at first, brushing it off as coincidence, but the synchronicities became too loud to dismiss. It felt like the universe was tapping them on the shoulder, whispering, "This is your person, stop being stubborn." For some of you, they even had a vivid telepathic dream about you that shook them to their core. In this dream, they saw a future where you were with someone else, someone who gave you the commitment they were too scared to offer, and the visceral, chest-crushing pain of that image woke them up in a cold sweat. This brings us to the final nail in the coffin of their old behavior, the ultimate turning point. They saw you glowing up. They saw you thriving. Maybe it was a social media post. Maybe it was a mutual friend telling them about your success. Or maybe they just saw you in person, and you looked absolutely breathtaking. You were radiating this independent, high-value magnetic energy that they could no longer ignore. And this is where the emotional shift goes from passive regret to active, burning desperation. Seeing you shine without them broke their pride completely. They realized that you are prize, and they have been foolishly taking you for granted. The old cycle of them keeping one foot out the door is officially dead and buried. They are done playing games. They are done acting like they have options. They have looked at the alternative, a life without you. A life where another man gets to experience the depth of your love, and they absolutely refuse to live it. The turning point has been crossed, the old version of them has died, and now, they are preparing to make their move. Gemini, right now, in this very moment, the feelings this person has for you are no longer quiet, simmering secret. The dam has completely broken, and what is pouring out is an overwhelming, undeniable tidal wave of devotion. What I'm picking up on is that they are currently in a state of absolute emotional clarity. The confusion is gone. The hesitation has evaporated. They are looking at you, and they are seeing their future, their home, their absolute everything. They are no longer asking themselves if they want you. They are frantically trying to figure out how to prove to you that they are the one who deserves to hold your heart. Here is the thing about this younger soul. They are done playing the role of the carefree, unattached individual. That mask has fallen off completely. What they feel for you now is a deep, mature, almost terrifying level of commitment. They are thinking about merging lives. They are thinking about the long term. For some of you, this person is actively looking at rings, researching places, or mentally drafting the exact words they are going to use when they finally get you alone to confess everything. They want to offer you stability. They want to be the safe harbor for your brilliant, sometimes chaotic Gemini mind. They want to be the one who finally makes you feel completely secure. But with this massive wave of love comes a heavy, crushing weight of regret, and this is where the emotional turn happens. They are deeply, profoundly sorry for the way they handled things in the past. They are replaying every moment they pulled away, every time they gave you a mixed signal, every time they let their pride get in the way of your connection, and it physically hurts them. They know they put you through an unnecessary emotional ringer, and the guilt is eating them alive. They are rehearsing their apology over and over again in their head. They don't just want to say, "I'm sorry." They want to show you, through consistent, unwavering action, that they have learned their lesson. They want to heal the wounds they accidentally caused, and the universe is absolutely backing them up on this. The spiritual timing here is immaculate, but it is also pressing down on them with divine urgency. They are feeling a spiritual mandate to fix this. The synchronicities we talked about earlier, they have escalated. They are seeing your name everywhere. They are hearing songs on the radio that feel like direct messages from the universe, telling them to stop wasting time. They feel a literal, physical pressure in their chest, a spiritual awakening that is telling them, this is your karmic assignment. Do not mess this up. It's no longer just about their personal desire. It feels like the cosmos is literally pushing them toward your doorstep. This brings us to the core promise of this reading, the proposal energy, and Gemini. When I say proposal, I don't necessarily just mean a ring, though for some of you that is exactly what is coming. I mean a proposal of the soul, a definitive, unshakable offer of commitment. They are preparing to lay their entire heart on the line. They are ready to say, I choose you, only you, forever. They want to make it official. They want to erase any doubt you have ever had about where you stand with them. They are gathering their courage, aligning their resources, and preparing to step into the role of the devoted partner you have always known they could be. The contrast right now is staggering. On the surface, they might still be trying to act composed, maybe even a little nervous or awkward when they see you. But underneath, they are on their knees spiritually, ready to offer you the world. They are terrified of your reaction, yes, but they are infinitely more terrified of living another day without claiming you as theirs. The truth is out in the open. The apology is ready on their lips, and the commitment is locked in their spirit. They are coming for you, Gemini, and they are not going to let fear dictate their actions anymore. Gemini, just when you thought the path was clearing, and this person was finally ready to step up, the universe throws in a karmic speed bump. And I need you to listen very carefully to this next part, because this is where the real test of this connection happens. What I'm picking up on right now is a distinct, heavy energy of outside interference. This is not coming from the two of you. This is coming from the periphery. For some of you, this is literal gossip. There are people in your shared circle, or perhaps in their life, who are whispering about this connection. They are pointing fingers at the age gap, the difference in life stages, or past baggage, trying to plant seeds of doubt in this younger person's mind. They are saying things like, are you sure about this? Or they are on a completely different level than you. Here is the thing about this outside energy. It is designed to trigger their deepest insecurities. And in the past, this is exactly what would have made them run. This is the exact scenario where their old avoidance tactics would kick in, where they would let the opinions of others dictate their reality, and they would pull back to protect themselves from the drama. But in this is the massive emotional turn I need you to hear. That is not what is happening this time. The interference is actually having the exact opposite effect. Instead of pushing them away from you, this outside noise is acting like a catalyst. It is waking up a fierce, almost primal protectiveness in them. When they hear people talking about you, or when they sense that others are trying to diminish the value of what you two share, it doesn't make them doubt you. It makes them furious on your behalf. The question is, how are they handling this friction? They are drawing a hard, unshakable boundary. What I'm seeing is a series of quiet but definitive confrontations happening behind the scenes. This younger person is actively shutting down the gossip. They are telling their friends, their family, or whoever is trying to meddle, this is my life. This is my choice, and if you can't respect her, you need to step back. They are realizing that their social image, their pride, and the approval of others mean absolutely nothing compared to the profound, soul-level peace they feel when they are with you. They are willing to burn bridges with people who do not support this union, because they finally understand that you are the only approval they actually need. And you, my intuitive Gemini, you have felt this shift. You may not know the exact details of the conversations they are having, but your energy is highly perceptive. You've probably noticed a sudden change in their demeanor when you are around others. Maybe they've started holding your hand a little tighter, or standing a little closer to you in a room, subtly signaling to everyone else, she is mine. You might have also sensed a brief moment of tension or distance recently, and your mind immediately went to, are they pulling away again? But trust your intuition here. That distance wasn't them pulling away from you. That was them stepping into the line of fire to take the hits from the outside world so that you wouldn't have to. They were handling the mess behind the scenes so they could present you with a clean, clear path forward. This brings us to the karmic lesson of this entire situation. The universe does not give you a love this profound without testing its foundation first. This outside interference is not a sign that the relationship is doomed. It is the universe's way of asking, Is this real? Are you both willing to fight for this? And the answer is a resounding yes. This friction is burning away the superficial layers of their ego. It is forcing them to choose once and for all between the comfort of the crowd and the truth of their soul. And they are choosing you every single time. But I must warn you, Gemini, there is one final layer of sabotage we need to address, and it's the most insidious kind. Their own lingering fear of not being enough for you when the outside world highlights your differences. Even though they are fighting for you, there are still moments, usually late at night, where the imposter syndrome creeps back inches. They look at your brilliance, your independence, your radiant Gemini light, and they wonder, can I really give her the life she deserves? This is the emotional turn that makes them so beautifully human. They are not a perfect, flawless hero. They are a deeply flawed, fiercely loving person who is terrified of failing the most important person in their life. But here is the beautiful truth. Their willingness to face that fear, to stand up to the world, and to keep choosing you despite their own doubts is the ultimate proof of their love. They are clearing the debris, they are silencing the noise, and they are preparing to step into the light with you, with nothing left to hide. Gemini, the waiting game is officially over. The universe has given this person their final push, and what happens next is going to happen with a speed and intensity that will leave you breathless. What I'm picking up on right now is a definitive, near-future prediction. Direct, unavoidable communication is coming your way. This is not going to be a casual, late-night, hey, text designed to keep you on the hook. This is going to be a deliberate, intentional move. For some of you, this person is going to show up at your door, or they will find a way to get you completely alone in a quiet space where there are no distractions and no escape from the truth. Here's the thing about this upcoming interaction. It is going to be raw. This younger person may actually be nervous. Their voice might shake, or they might stumble over their words, and I need you to recognize that this vulnerability is the ultimate proof of their sincerity. The person who used to hide behind a wall of cool detachment is about to stand in front of you, completely exposed, and lay their heart on the table. They are going to confess everything. They are going to apologize for the mixed signals, for the distance, and for the time they wasted. And then they are going to make their offer. Whether it is a literal proposal of commitment, request to exclusively build a life together, or a profound declaration of love that leaves no room for ambiguity. They are going to make it crystal clear. They are all inches, but the question is, how will you handle this when it arrives? This brings us to your viewer guidance, and I need you to lock this into your spirit right now. Your power in this situation does not come from chasing, forcing, or trying to orchestrate this outcome. Your power comes from your receptivity and your unshakable boundaries. You are the prize here, Gemini. You have held the space. You have maintained your dignity, and you have allowed the universe to do its work. Do not let your natural Gemini anxiety make you overanalyze the delivery of their message. Do not punish them for being nervous or for not having the perfectly scripted speech. Look past the clumsy execution and look directly at the intention. The intention is pure, it is devoted, and it is yours. It feels like you have been carrying the weight of this connection for a long time, wondering if you were imagining the depth of it. You weren't, your intuition was right every single time. But now, you must protect your energy. Stay grounded. If they stumble, give them a little grace, but do not lower your standards. You are teaching them how to love you by how you allow them to treat you. Let them come to you. Let them do the work of bridging the gap. You do not need to send the cryptic hint or make the first move. Your silence has already spoken volumes, and they have finally learned how to listen. This is your karmic reward. Gemini, you awakened a soul, you challenged them to grow, and you held your ground when they tried to pull away. Now, you get to witness the beautiful, mature love that they have cultivated specifically for you. This person is stepping into their power, and they are doing it to be worthy of you. The spiritual timing is immaculate. The synchronicities have aligned. The outside interference has been neutralized. The path is clear. As we close out this reading, I want you to take a deep breath and let this energy settle into your bones. You are deeply loved, you are fiercely desired, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Take what resonates with your spirit and leave the rest. Trust your intuition. Protect your peace and get ready, because your love story is about to enter its most beautiful chapter yet. Thank you so much for watching, for trusting me with your energy, and for allowing this message to find you. I am sending you so much love, light, and beautiful manifestations. Until next time, stay magical, Gemini.